Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me tell you something. Deontay and Jaron Boots Ennis, they are ducking amazing because these guys getting ducked like crazy. Now, I'm going to keep this video short because I think anyone who follows boxing, they know why, Deontay struggling to get people to fight him, why Boots Ennis is struggling to get people to fight him. Now, there's two sides to the argument, for Deontay at least. The first side of the argument is he knocks everybody out. Why would somebody, a heavyweight fighter, who knows if they take a loss, they get sent way to the back of the line? You know what I'm saying? Something they don't want, their trainer doesn't want, their manager doesn't want, their promoter doesn't want, and who knows what connections they have to the secret society who may not want it as well. Deontay, no matter what you think about his skills, like Mike Tyson said, primitive skills. If you feel that way, I don't feel that way, but if you feel that way, if you feel that he just can't fight, it doesn't matter. What no one can argue with is once you're in the ring with that man for 12 rounds, it is dangerous, and it is highly likely he's going to touch you and knock you out. For anyone who's saying, Hood Champion, you don't know what you're talking about. My man, what are we doing here? You look at his record, man. Okay, he's knocked out everyone that he's faced. Okay, even when he fought Vernon with the distance, he beat the crap out of him. And although Fury beat him, he did knock Fury out cold in that first fight. Okay, but Fury in the second and third fights won. But he still, in that second fight, he hurt Fury in that first round with the right hand. Fury talked about that, but Fury did beat him down. I'm not here to get into that fight. That's not what this video is about. The third fight, they went back and forth. Wilder hurt Fury on multiple occasions in that fight, badly. Fury talked about it. Fury said he thought about not fighting again because his body wasn't the same for months after that third fight with Wilder. It was a very violent experience, is how he described it. But Fury came out victorious. But I say all that to say this, right? We have to underscore the threat that Wilder brings. And if he's done it to everyone that he's fought, what makes any of these other opponents different? There's nothing different about Usyk. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing different about AJ. There's nothing different about anyone. And could you imagine sitting back trying to devise the game plan on how to beat Wilder? Let me tell you, if you bum rush him and just take the fight to him, it's dangerous. If you sit back and try to float like a butterfly and occasionally sting like a bee, it's dangerous. Because it just takes, people know Wilder has fast hands. Wilder has boxing IQ. Although his coordination is a little bit crazy because he's so tall and long, reminds me of an upside down slingshot, you know what I'm saying? But Wilder can set you up, and he can line that right hand up, and he can throw it. It just has to touch you. He doesn't even need to get the right leverage on it. I mean, his right hand is how De La Hoya's left hook was. I mean, like what the hell is inside their hands? You know what I mean? But that being said, that's the first side of the argument on why Deontay can't get a fight is because he's a threat. Now, when you look at the other side to the argument, people are saying Wilder could have been fighting. He's become bougie. He thinks he's valued at more than he is. Wilder can't sell out. He can't sell out anything. Look at his pay-per-view performances. They've been horrible. If it wasn't for Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder wouldn't be where he is financially. And hey, I'm not saying I agree, but I understand the argument there. You know what I'm saying? I do. I'm going to say it's not really fair to compare the support that fighters get from other countries to support that fighters get here in America. It's not the same. It's not the same. A number of reasons. I'm not here to get into that, but it's not the same. And I don't think it'll ever be the same. Every now and then you have that one-off where the entire country gets behind them. But again, you would think someone like Wilder, the way he knocks people out, the whole world would get behind him, especially in the United States. But it doesn't happen. But that being said, there are some people who feel Wilder should have fought Ruiz. You know, they feel that he and these other fighters where they've offered them money, supposedly upwards of $4 million, and they're turning it down. They're like, hey, you know, if you really want to fight, well, then you come down on your purse, Apollo greed, and then you give them more money and make the fight. But I'm going to tell you this. Right? I don't think it's the money with these fighters not fighting Wilder. I personally think it wouldn't matter unless you give them something so ridiculous to where they take the fight. But at the same time, in Wilder's defense, you know, like say a Frank Sanchez, for instance, why overpay a guy like Frank Sanchez who really brings nothing to the table? Wilder, whether you like it or not, look, he's at the top of the heavyweight division with Fury, with AJ, with Usyk, okay? If you're going to move down the ladder to stay busy, right? Well, then you as far as how much you're paying the fighter, that should be scaled down somewhat, in my opinion. So that should be scaled down as well. But that being said, Wilder, for the most part, the main reason why he can't get fights is because fighters are ducking him, because Wilder is ducking amazing. And that's why they're ducking Deontay Wilder. Now, Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, this is horrible. Jaron Boots Ennis, his story is horrible, man. Jaron Boots Ennis it should be on his way. That man should have already got a couple big signature fights and be out here, man, just, you know, taking it to the stupid financially. But at the same time, when you look at Jaron Boots Ennis, okay, flip coin too. One side of it is he's destroying people. You know, why would you want to take somebody who has a promising career in boxing and put him in with a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis, who has destroyed all of his opponents? 31 wins. The man has like a damn 80-something% KO ratio. Why would you put somebody in with that who is either going to, one, you know, knock you out cold, or two, just beat you down over the rounds and eventually get a stoppage? And if it goes to decision, it's because you ran from him. Jaron Boots Ennis has proven in every single fight that he will dominate his opponents. Now, we could talk about, well, he hasn't fought anyone. But that's why we're doing this video. It's not his fault. Now, I personally think these guys should want to have that feather in their cap. But Jaron Boots Ennis is an exceptional talent. You can look and see the talent there. You can see the depth to his skills. So, again, like Deontay Wilder, you got the trainer, you got the manager, you got the promoter, and if these fighters have connections to the secret society, they're all sitting there saying, nah, don't get in there with him. But the next problem comes is how a fighter's purse is split up. So let's say Jaron Boots Ennis was to offer somebody $3 million. How much of that $3 million really goes to the fighter's pocket? You know what I'm saying? After they pay everyone who gets a piece of that $3 million. So really, it's not that the fighters are going to get $3 million and off in the sunset. If that was the case, I think more guys would fight. But that purse split is how it's split up between the fighter and his team. That sucks. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort. They collectively work together to ensure the fighter has the best chance of success outside and inside the ring. So it is what it is. Now, the flip coin to that, there are people out here who, and I don't agree, but I understand the argument about Boots Ennis, also like Deontay Wilder, think that his value is more than what it really is. You know, remember, this man decided to not fight on the undercard. I think it was Davis and Ryan Garcia, and he wanted to go do his own thing out in the middle of nowhere's land where nobody's even thinking about him. Okay? So I understand guys wanting to go independent and build their profiles, but you have to have a foundation, a sound foundation underneath you. So whatever you build on top of that foundation, as long as it's sound, it can stand and stand firm. And when you get that inclement weather, you don't have to worry about what you're constructing, tipping over. But when the foundation isn't sound and you start to construct on it, well, once the inclement weather hits, that foundation, for the most part, is going to get decimated. And I think that's kind of where Boots Ennis is, where he and his team know that he's special, but the foundation isn't there. The profile isn't there. The platform isn't there. Even when you look at these guys in their social media, the social media support, he's not there yet. But he needs the opportunity. And this whole thing about him and Crawford fighting and who's turning down fights. Listen, I think in this day and age in boxing you have to be vocal. You gotta do like Erislandy Lara when he ran up on Canelo on the stage. I want to fight you. You gotta do like Shane Mosley and Hopkins and the whole Golden Boy goddamn staff ran in the ring on Floyd Mayweather. Like, you gotta put your stuff out there. And if it makes a situation a tad bit uncomfortable, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you can't stand the heat, well, get out the kitchen. Pop your butt with a piece of chicken. And that's really how it is, man. But for Boots Ennis, hey, he's another one. He's ducking amazing. He's been ducked because he's that great. And to sit back and watch these guys with this kind of talent, man, sit and active. Guys, what I'm telling you, right, isn't my opinion. Based on multiple articles that I read and several articles that I skimmed over, where they were talking to boxing analysts, boxing experts, ex-fighters and active fighters, they were saying that ideally a fighter should be fighting 3 times a year. At the least twice, but 3 times a year is a sweet spot. And someone who's a champion should be fighting at least 3 to 4 times a year, defending the belt. But when you look at what's going on in boxing, that's not what's happening. Okay? It's almost like a 1 fight a year type deal. For those who are saying, oh, screw you, hood champion, you don't know what you're talking about. Yo, listen. Go out there, man. Read articles yourself before you come out here, man, trying to discredit me. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just trying to give you guys some decent content, and I love boxing, so your opinion matters, but when you get negative, all I'm going to tell you is you'll go do your homework, and I'm probably going to question your age and maturity level, okay? So when you look at Alexander Usyk, this man's only fought a year, once a year for the last several years. So it's not uncommon, but it's not ideal. And I think it sucks for guys who want to get in the ring and fight like Ennis. That if Ennis can fight every week, that man will fight every week. But when you're that good and you're out there whipping people's butts and you've been doing it for a while and now you're starting to get a little bit of attention. He still hasn't had the breakout fight, but he's on the radar now. He is on the radar, especially that crap he did to Roman Villa, coming back off of the Chikazian decision. Everybody was like, yo, what the hell was that? I think he got caught up in the moment in that because he was doing some stupid stuff in the ring, playing to the crowd and acting dumb. Too much jewelry on, the flashy cars. And this man was acting like he was that man came like he was Obama. And he realized quickly, okay, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, you gotta lock in, champ. You ain't there yet. You on the cusp of greatness, but you're not there yet. So that being said, we'll see what he does. Where it is, he could be coming out in January. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. That's what somebody said. But I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now that for me it's frustrating to know Jaron Boots Ennis. The rumor is he and Cody Crowley had agreed on everything. And Cody Crowley had the contract in front of him with the pen in his hand and just decided he wasn't going to sign it. Now, I do know Cody Crowley has had some mental health issues in Canada. Back was up in the bars and drinking and stuff, and then he decided to pull chalks and come out here to the States and train. This happened years ago. And when he came out here to the States, he fought for a while. Things weren't working out. Went back to Canada, then got reinvigorated and returned back to the States, and his career took off. I think what all fighters need to understand, is in a defeat, depending on how you perform, that can help catapult you to another level in boxing to where you wouldn't have been had you not fought and stayed undefeated. So a loss isn't the end of the world. A loss can help you, especially if you get in there and put up a valiant effort. People will want to see you fight again. But the bottom line is, Deontay Wilder, he's getting ducked. Jaron Boots Ennis is getting ducks. And that boo and boots, that's probably what's scaring people since we're so close to Halloween. He probably should have called himself, Jaron Sneaker Ennis or something else, because that boo had these people frightened. They don't even hear the oots in it. It's just boo. And everybody hauls ass. That being said, y'all keep cool. Wilder and boo oots, getting ducked, man. Fried rice time, people. Duck sauce on the fried rice. But let's see if they can get something popping, man, because it sucks, in my opinion. But then again, maybe if we get a little bit more better understanding of what's really going on, that would drive a fighter to turn down $4 million as far as fighting Wilder, and what's really going on to make a person say, I'm retiring from boxing, I'm not signing this contract to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, maybe we'll have a different perspective on it. But from sitting here at my level and just observing, seems to me like someone putting duck sauce on the fried rice. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.